we saw a collision between a PLA Navy ship and a China Coast Guard ship. But we don't often talk about why that happened. The ship that was in the closest proximity, in fact, extremely close to the bow of both ships, was a 44-meter Philippine Coast Guard ship, which was being pursued by both ships and came dangerously close to being rammed, right? So we had a 7,500-ton guided missile destroyer pursuing a 350-ton Coast Guard ship, along with a large China Coast Guard ship. Why was there a gray hull, a Navy destroyer, involved in this at all? It's because that Philippine Coast Guard ship was in a place that until about 18 months ago, Philippine Coast Guard ships went all the time. That is, near Scarborough Shoal. The reason there was a Navy destroyer all of a sudden getting involved, which had previously not really been experienced, was because this was the laying down of the law for this new regime that was going to say, you can't come here anymore. It was a change in the status quo that we have been tracking at SeaLight about a 30 nautical mile exclusion zone being enforced around Scarborough Shoal since about May of 2024. This one Philippine Coast Guard ship was inside that exclusion zone, and that was what drew out the destroyer. We are seeing an aggressive change to the status quo around Scarborough Shoal. We have seen an aggressive change to the status quo at Sabina Shoal. We are seeing a maritime expansion, and we're seeing it happen in the gray zone. How long are we going to experience maritime expansion in the South China Sea or in East Asia generally? Until, in the estimation of the People's Republic of China, the costs of expansion outweigh the benefits. Clearly, they are not there at this point. The Philippines has tried two innovations to try to nibble away at this cost-benefit calculation. One, of course, was the arbitral case that they brought in 2013 and which they won in 2016. And of course, the second has been this transparency project. Having one country do these things, in Beijing's estimation, clearly has not been enough to cause it to say that the costs outweigh the benefits. This is where cross-regional coordination, cooperation is not just timely, it is overdue. At some point, there needs to be enough cooperation so that Beijing concludes that this expansionist project needs to end.